Now, from the news team that's covering the Carolinas, this is Channel 9 Eyewitness News Saturday morning.
2 armed robberies, bullets through an apartment, and a police chase. This morning, we're hearing from neighbors who feared for their lives during this violent crime spree. And taking a live look outside, a chilly start across the Carolinas this morning, but don't worry, we are expected to warm up this afternoon. Good morning, I'm Elsie Gillis.
And I'm meteorologist Vicki Graff.
We appreciate you being with us this morning, and it's really going to be quite a nice day, even though it's a bit chilly this morning.
It is. It's cool this morning. We have seen colder, but when you step outside, you will need to grab that jacket. We're now 41 in Charlotte, 41 in Concord, 33 though in Lincoln, and 42 in Jefferson. So grab that jacket early on. I am checking a front, and this still has a ways to go. That's going to be bringing us the threat for some showers. The rain won't get here until later tonight, though. So if you have any plans outside today, you'll still enjoy most of what will be a dry afternoon. The clouds will be on the increase later on today. Still going to be warmer, mid-60s, and it's also going to be a little bit breezy. In fact, we could see wind gusts up to about 20 miles per hour at times. I'll take you through Futurecast to pinpoint when that rain will arrive and how quickly it will clear out for your Sunday. Elsa?
New this morning, an Amber Alert has been canceled for a 21-month-old Robeson County boy. The Red Springs Police Department was searching for Colvin Xavier. We brought you this story last night as breaking news. Police have not released where the boy was found or if anyone is facing charges this morning. These 5 teenagers face more than a dozen charges after police say they terrorized several people in a wild crime spree. Police say they robbed people, fired shots into a home, then led officers on a chase all across East Charlotte Thursday night. Eyewitness News reporter Stephanie Tinogo spoke to a woman who says bullets came flying through her home.
People I spoke to here say they heard at least 12 gunshots and bullets pierced through windows. And as you can see right over here, this satellite dish actually was struck. This was all part of a violent crime spree that had families here fearing for their lives.
¿Entró para acá? No lo sé.
Bullets blasted through this East Charlotte apartment while a family with 2 small children was inside.
Oh, no, sí, pues yo me quedé en shock porque yo iba a entrar apenas a la cocina cuando...
The victim asked us not to show her face, but welcomed Channel 9 inside her home, showing us where the bullets struck her kitchen and hit the ceiling Thursday night.
Do you know the people who shot your home?
No.
Police say these 5 teenage boys went on a violent crime spree across Charlotte, including 2 armed robberies, one of which included punching an 8-year-old, firing shots at this apartment complex, and leading police on a chase that ended in a car crash in a neighborhood on Enfield Road. I found out the 5 suspects have been arrested more than 30 times combined. 19-year-old Brandon De La Cerda has been arrested 17 times, and 18-year-old John Benitez has been arrested 8 times since his 16th birthday.
I think it's pretty critical that we take care of our young people.
The teens face more than a dozen charges, ranging from shooting into a home to possession of a stolen firearm. Reporting from East Charlotte, Stephanie Tinoco, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
It is 7:03 right now. The CMPD officer who shot and killed a man who had his hands up won't be charged. Ruben Galindo was killed in September at an apartment on Prospect Drive in Northeast Charlotte. Yesterday, the Mecklenburg County DA's office released a 230-page finding that cleared the officer who pulled the trigger. CMPD said officers opened fire because Galindo refused to drop his weapon after being told to do so. District Attorney Andrew Murray agreed and called Galindo a mentally unstable, impaired individual armed with a gun. Channel 9 continues to press CMS for answers this morning after 2 recent bus fires. We tracked down CMS Superintendent Dr. Clayton Wilcox yesterday. He says the district is focused on determining the cause of this latest fire from Tuesday in Steel Creek. We asked him if the district's chief operating officer, Carol Stamper, who addressed the media Wednesday, had his support.
Carol Stamper has your confidence today?
Carol Stamper absolutely has my confidence. Carol's a fine leader. She's a smart, talented person. We are going to continue, however, to work with the team that reports to Carol to make sure that they're doing the things that they need to do.
The state issued a notice yesterday calling for all school districts to inspect every bus made from 1998 to 2003 with a Caterpillar engine. Meanwhile, CMS is still trying to fill 8 out of 42 CMS technician jobs. This former CMS tech believes the shortage may be contributing to the problems. He says good technicians are leaving for better pay.
You have a lot of competition. If they can go to a dealership and make, $30 an hour, why would they come there and make $18 an hour?
That technician says CMS could actually learn a lot from the city on this issue. He says CATS bus technicians work within a much more team-centered system. On Monday, Cabarrus County school officials will vote on the controversial sex survey. You'll remember parents thought some of the questions on the first survey about sexual behavior were inappropriate. The new survey asks questions about abstinence and if students have ever used drugs or alcohol. Parents would be able to opt their child out. The city of Charlotte is facing a new lawsuit, this time involving a group protesting a local abortion clinic. The group Cities for Life says Charlotte is unfairly targeting them because the city disagrees with their message. Cities for Life also says an ordinance dealing with signs that the city enforces is unconstitutional.
The city has decided that it wants to do everything it can to make it difficult for Cities for Life to exercise their First Amendment rights.
Charlotte government leaders tell Channel 9 they haven't received the lawsuit yet. The Gaston County Sheriff says more than 20 inmates have been transferred to other facilities to help with the overcrowding at the jail. This week, the sheriff proposed expanding the jail at a commissioner's meeting, but a vote never happened. They did, however, vote no to releasing low to mid-level offenders on ankle monitors. Last week, we reported at least 14 staff members in the county jail have been assaulted this year. The sheriff says the overcrowding is partially to blame. The trial of a man accused of driving drunk and killing a beloved South End waitress will continue into next week. Both sides in the Gregory Wheeling Jr. case rested yesterday. He's accused of killing Kelly Putnam along South Boulevard last January. Jurors will hear closing arguments on Monday, then begin deliberations. A former Lincolnton police detective claims he was silenced and fired after he discovered a fellow officer was soliciting sex with minors. Brent Hevner's job was to pose as an underage teen online, then arrest men who tried to meet him for sex. Hevner's attorney says one of those men was an unnamed fellow Lincolnton officer. After filing a report, Hevner said he trusted the investigation would be given to the SBI, but that didn't happen.
He was fired for doing the job that he was sworn to do.
His attorney says he was fired so the department could cover up the sting. City officials said they could not comment on the investigation. The Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office is turning to social media, hoping to recruit detention officers and deputies. They're accepting applications online the first week of each month. The Sheriff's Office has about 630 detention officers and 269 sworn deputies. There are more than 100 openings. 7:07 now. As you head out this weekend, there are several road closures you need to be aware of across Charlotte. Traffic Team 9's Mark Taylor has your alternate routes.
Got a few utility projects that'll tie up traffic and some road closures as well. Let's get started with Uptown 77 northbound. The ramps once again this weekend for Trade and 5th Street are going to close. This is part of the City Links utility project. It started last night, lasting through early Monday morning. It's also going to have Trade Street down to one lane, so keep that in mind. But to access Uptown, not using Trade and 5th, but rather the John Belk or the Brookshire Freeway. And then in Uptown, we're going to see a section of 1st Street between Mint and Church Street closed. This is mobile crane work that's going to be going on at the Duke Building starting last night, lasting through this afternoon, about 5 p.m., using MLK or even Graham and Stonewall as alternates. And then a small section of Church Street will close for utility project. That's going to last until Monday morning between Hill Street and Stonewall. If that's part of your commute during the weekend, you can take Church over to Stonewall to South Tryon.
7:08 now, and happening today, you'll notice a big change at Charlotte Douglas Airport. The cell phone lot will be moved right next to long-term Lot 1, directly off Josh Birmingham Parkway. The cell phone lot off Old Dowd Road closed yesterday. It will eventually be converted into more long-term parking spaces. On Monday, Cabarrus County school leaders will consider even more proposals to an already controversial boundary issue. Royal Oaks Elementary School is set to open next year, and the district wants to move students from other schools to fill it. Parents have been upset because most of the options include shutting down Beverly Hills Elementary. School leaders have now added 2 more scenarios, including a second option not to close Beverly Hills. The next public hearing is December 4th. The board will vote on the 10th. Cabarrus County school leaders will also look at a $4.6 million proposal to build a new elementary school in Harrisburg. The Independent Tribune reports the new school will be able to accommodate more rooms for smaller class sizes. It is planned to open in August of 2019. As college teams from across the country spent the day at the White House yesterday, the USC women's basketball champions spent the day practicing. The head coach said the decision not to go was not a diss to the White House. She just wanted to stay focused on the season now that practice is underway. You'll remember the exciting night when the Gamecocks won the national title in April. At that time, the coach said if invited, the team would accept an invitation to the White House. Yesterday, when asked if this was a politically or protest-motivated decision, this is what she had to say.
I can't speak on what other people think. People can think what they want to think. I'm here concentrating on my team and getting better.
She also said the invitation came in just the last couple of weeks. The White House says 18 NCAA teams were invited. Happening today, more than 1,800 runners will take part in the Eggnog Jog 5K starting at 6 p.m. The course leads runners through the Christmas display at Charlotte Motor Speedway, ending with a fireworks display. Sunday marks the official Speedway Christmas opening night. Charlotte Hornets forward Marvin Williams will lead the parade of cars through the light show starting at 5:45. Let's check in now with meteorologist Vicki Graff. Vicki, how is the weather looking for both of these events?
It's looking great later today. In fact, we do have an increase in clouds, but a wind coming in from the southwest is going to leave us just a little bit warmer. I'm tracking some rain on the way, though. This is going to head through as we head into the overnight hours. The first part of the day will stay dry. It will be breezy, but it will also be warmer as we head towards midday, an increase in clouds. And then later this evening, we're talking closer to around 7, 8, 9 o'clock. That's when the showers will start to approach the mountains first, and it won't get to Charlotte until I'd say closer to midnight, and it will clear out quickly tomorrow as well. As we head throughout the day, again, that rain is heading this direction. The wind will be breezy as we head throughout today and tomorrow as well. And behind this front, it's going to turn much colder. I'll be pinpointing when we could be looking at the coldest temperatures so far this season coming up.
Decades of construction could be coming to US 74. The new effort underway and the safety concerns some local leaders have. Police looking for this man who they say robbed 2 Charlotte businesses at gunpoint. At 7:30, the extensive search efforts by CMPD to find him. And new documents from the Pentagon show a rise in reported sexual assaults in the military. Next, the details we uncovered about 2 military bases here in North Carolina.
Like us on Facebook to follow the latest breaking news, top stories, and weather. To join in on the conversation, log on to WSOCTV.com and click on the Facebook icon at the top of the page.